Objective question 46 for SHS candidates. In the diagram, angle WOX equals 60 degrees. Angle YOE equals 50 degrees. And angle OXY equals 30 degrees. What is the bearing of X from Y? The bearing of X from Y. So we locate where our coordinate plane, that's the X and Y axis, will be. It will be at Y. We want to find the bearing of X from Y. We draw it nicely here. So this is the North Pole. Alright. So we want to find the bearing from the North Pole to Y over here. We have this, the North Pole to the line we have over here. Alright. It is clear that if this angle is 50 degrees by alternate angles, this angle will also be 50 degrees. Alright. And again, if this angle is 50, this angle will be 40 degrees. Because 40 plus 50 will give you right angle, which is 90 degrees. So if this angle is 60 degrees, this angle here will give you 30 degrees. Right. So we know this angle. We know here to be this angle to be 70 degrees, here to be 30 degrees, and this from this place to the x-axis there is 50 degrees. So we have to find a small angle, this small angle over there. So how are we going to do it? We know that the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So let's denote this angle with theta. So we can say that from triangle OXY, it implies that 30 degrees plus this angle is 70 degrees plus theta plus 50 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So we find the sum 30 plus 70 is 100, then plus 50, which will give us 150. So 150 degrees plus theta is equal to 180 degrees. Then our theta is equal to 180 degrees minus 150 degrees. We transposed the 150 to the right hand side. Therefore, our theta is equal to 180 minus 150 is 30 degrees. So the angle theta here is 30 degrees. If you want to find the bearing from the North Pole to the line here, from the North Pole to the x-axis, that's to the west, is 270 degrees. So we have to add 270 degrees to get 270 degrees to theta to get our bearing. So therefore, the bearing of x from y is equal to 270 degrees plus 30 degrees, and that one will give us 300 degrees. Objective question 46 for private candidates. The bearing of the point P from Q is 306 degrees. So from the bearing of P from Q, so P from Q is 306 degrees. All right. Find the bearing of Q from P. So the bearing of Q from P. So here we are talking of back bearing. Back bearing. First one, it was from the bearing of P from Q. And we have changed it from Q from P. So for back bearing, if the angle given is greater than 180 degrees, for the back bearing, that's Q from P, we subtract 180 degrees from the angle. So the bearing of Q from P will be equal to, since this one is greater than 180 degrees, we can say 306 degrees minus 180 degrees. So when you find 306 minus 180 is giving us 126 degrees. So the bearing from Q from P is 126 degrees. Theory question 9 for SHS candidates. In the diagram, AB equal to 8 kilometers. So let me have it written, 8 kilometers. BC equal to 13 kilometers. All right. The bearing of A from B is 310 degrees. The bearing of A from B is 310 degrees. And the bearing of B from C is 230 degrees. The bearing of B from C is 230 degrees. Calculate. Correct to three significant figures. A, the distance AC. B, the bearing of C from A. Bearing of C from A. Then, let me indicate that one. That's the bearing of C from A. C, how far east of B C is. How far east of B C is. So we'll deal with that one as well. So now our A, which we are to find the distance AC. If here is 50 degrees, this angle here is alternate to the angle over here, and that one is also 50 degrees. And if this angle here is 40 degrees, this angle is 50 degrees, because the 50 plus 40 will give you 90 degrees, and it is a right angle. So this place is 50 degrees. We know one angle 50, 50 here, which will give us 100. Then we have to find side AC. We know this side, which is AB, and the side BC. Let's see again. If this angle here is 40 degrees, it is alternate to this angle. So that one is also 40 degrees. I think that will be all. So let's continue with the calculation of the A. So the A, which we are to find the distance AC, is that we can use the cosine rule. And the cosine rule, it says that our AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square minus 2 the magnitude of AB, the magnitude of BC, cos the angle opposite to the line AB, which is this angle. So let me represent it. It's 100, so cos 100 degrees. So by substitution, AB is 8, so 8 square plus BC is 13 square minus 2 into brackets 8, then multiplying 13 cos 100 degrees. So with the help of our calculator, 8 square plus 13 square is giving us 233. Alright, then cos 100 is giving us a negative number. So multiplied by negative 2, multiplied by 8, and also multiplied by 13. It's 36.11. So plus 36.1188. So when we add that one to 233, we will get 269.1188. That's for AC square. So to get AC is equal to the square root of 269.1188. So we take the square root of our answer and we are getting 16.4048 kilometers. But we are asked to correct our answer or to leave our answer to 3 significant figures. So therefore the distance AC is 16.4 kilometers, and we are running it to 3 significant figures. Now for the B part, it says we should find the bearing of C from A. The bearing of C from A. So that's what it has been illustrated with the small arrow there. But first of all, we have to find this angle, this big angle here, so that we can subtract 40 from it and get this small angle here. Then that will help us to find the bearing. So with this, we are going to use the sine rule. So we can say that sine of angle BAC. We want to find this angle. So angle BAC divided by the opposite side is 13 will be equal to the sine of this angle. 50 plus 50, that one is 100 degrees, divided by the side AC. And we found that one to be 16.4048. Okay, so to make this the subject, sine of angle BAC the subject, we can cross multiply 13 to the right hand side. we are going to get sine of angle BAC is equal to 13 sine 100 degrees divided by 16.4048. And with the help of our calculator, 13 sine 100 degrees divided by our 16.4048 is giving us 0.7804. So to get the angle, we have to find the sine inverse. So our angle BAC is equal to sine inverse of 0.7804, and that one will give us 51.2983 degrees. So to get the small angle here, this is the small angle we are talking about. To get that one, we have to subtract 40 degrees from 51.2983 degrees. So let me represent this with alpha. So it implies that alpha plus 40 degrees is equal to 51.2983 degrees. So our alpha is equal to 51.2983 degrees minus 40 degrees, and our alpha will be equal to, so let's subtract 40 from that, and we are getting 11.298 degrees for alpha. Now we have that value. Let's subtract. The total angle here is 90 degrees. That's the two angles. So if we want to find this angle there, that's the bearing, we have to subtract alpha from 90 degrees. So we say that therefore the bearing of C from A is equal to 90 degrees minus alpha, which is 11.298 degrees. So 90 minus our answer is 78.702 degrees. But we are asked to correct our answer to 3 significant figures. So it will be 78.7 degrees. But since we are dealing with bearings, you have to bring 0 in front of the first 2 digits. Now for the C part, it is asking how far east of B is C is. So how far east of B? This is B. East of B is this dotted lines is C is, and C will also come down and they will meet at a point where they are perpendicular, meaning they form a right angle at that point. Now we represent the distance that we want to find with X. So how far east of B AC is from this point to this point. Now we have this length as X. We know our angle inside the right angle triangle is 50 degrees, and there is the hypotenuse, which is 13 kilometers. So with the help of sine, we can find our X, and we know that our sine 50 degrees is equal to the opposite side, which is x divided by the hypotenuse, which is 13. So to get x, we cross multiply the 13 to the left, and we are going to get 13 sine 50 degrees. So with the help of our calculator, 13 sine 50 is giving us 9.9586 to 4 decimal places kilometers. But we are to do the conversion to 3 significant figures. So we can say, therefore, C is, let's convert this one, 9.9586 kilometers. So 3 significant figures, 1, 2, 3. So we run this and add to that. So C is 9.96 kilometers to bracket 3 significant figures far east of B. Theory question 13B for private candidates. Question 13B for private candidates. In triangle PQR. So it means there is a triangle called PQR. So triangle PQR. Vector PQ. Vector PQ. So let me write them first. Vector PQ is giving us 3, 2. And vector RQ is giving us -6, -4. And we asked to find the vector PR. Vector PR. That's what we are asked to find. Now we know that PR is the resultant vector. Yeah, we have triangle PQR. So PR is our resultant vector. And we also have this vector QR. So what we can write from the triangular rule is that the vector PR is equal to the vector PQ plus the vector QR. So if you don't have the triangle and you have letters making up a triangle, PQR, ABC, and so forth, the first one, the first point and the last point will be your resultant. So PR is equal to then the vector PQ, the first two, plus the vector QR. Let's see. In the vectors we were given, we have PQ, so we will do a substitution. But we have been given RQ, and we are to find QR. So we continue and say that our PR is the same as PQ, the vector PQ, plus the negative of the given vector, which is the vector RQ. We call it negative vectors. So negative RQ is the same as QR. So we do a substitution. Our PQ is 3, 2 plus our RQ is -6, -4, but we are dealing with negative vectors. So we bring our negative there. 3, 2 plus negative times negative, 10 to positive. and negative the same positive, so we have 6, 4. Then we do the addition. 3 plus 6 is 9, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So now our vector PR is 9, 6.